What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, as well as the position that we did enter yesterday, because I am for sure certain that a lot of you guys that were watching yesterday are questioning the market right now because we are starting to head up ever so slightly, and I do want to discuss and address what exactly is happening within the market right now. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump into today's episode. Really quick, guys, before we jump into the technical analysis, I want to give a huge shout out to today's continued sponsor, Bitmins. Guys, if you don't know already, Bitmins has been a huge sponsor on the channel, constantly coming back and wanting to help promote their website. And I really strongly do believe in what exactly they're doing. I've been partnered with them for about, I'd say, 6 to 8 months already, and I've seen astronomical growth on all the Bitmins that I do currently own. For those of you that don't know exactly what they are, they're basically a digital diamond, a fashion statement backed on the blockchain technology, which is huge. You can actually wear them now. This is a new concept they actually put out. You can see it's a digital fashion. Wear your digital collectible on your smartwatch and upgrade your look. You can see you can actually display it on any smartwatch, Apple Watch, Android Watch, as well as, on your phone as well. You can view them, which is pretty awesome. But more so than just being a fashion statement, they're one of one, which makes them unique because they're based on blockchain technology. And you can see right here that these are my Bitmins currently. And what's awesome about this is in the fact that I've had them since February of 2019, and they've grown astronomically in value, over 2,000%, some of them, almost at 3,000%. You actually can purchase these at $10 a piece, and then they grow astronomically in price over time if they do, retain their value. 90% of them do, mainly because they are one of one, and because they are a new website, they've been growing fairly well, and a lot more people have been coming and adopting and buying new Bitmins, so that is what is increasing their value. Notice that I actually got this coin this digital diamond November 29th, and it's already grown over 100%. I bought it at $10, and it's currently over $20, which means it is a 100% return on investment. So I wanted to ask you guys, did you guys want to actually see me sell one of these? I do have ones valued at $287, $229. I know a lot of you guys worry whether or not you should. This one's at $313, and I bought it at $10. You guys might wonder, well, how do you get your money off of this? So maybe in another video, I can actually show you guys me selling the digital diamond and receiving the payment. If that's something you're interested in, definitely make sure to comment down below. Otherwise, huge shout out to them. They are the first link in the description. Go check them out and watch your money grow. This is another way to actually make money within the crypto space that's not necessarily valued off of the way Bitcoin's prices move up and down. Otherwise, let's jump back into the technical analysis. So guys, yesterday we left off with a very important video. Yesterday we were beginning to figure out whether or not it was the beginning of what could be the potential rally into the future, basically, where we were anticipating a major retracement, a major correction to the downside, about 30%, and then followed by a major bull run to the upside right now. It mainly comes in waves, and we were merely tracking the first correction to the downside. And as you guys know, you can see what exactly I was referring to right here in yesterday's video. Now, I do want to show you guys not only XRP, but Bitcoin as well. And I know a lot of you guys are curious, wondering, well, Hayden, the market is starting to correct back up. What does that mean? Hayden, why aren't you worried? Why didn't you sell off? The market is moving back upwards. You said we were going lower. Let me discuss and explain what exactly is going on. It's more about patience, because as we know, it's been less than a day and we really have not seen much of a big movement at all. So we have to consider that as well. I don't even really know where to start, but I guess I can begin with XRP because I know I have a lot of XRP fans out there. So right now, as we know, XRP did take a drop. It did dip, and it isn't really correcting as much as the other cryptocurrencies are. You can see out of the top 10 cryptos, yes, there are some starting to correct up. Obviously, XRP, much smaller than the rest of them, and they are still down in red for the most part. It's merely just a day of consolidation and correction, and we're really not seeing much of a big move at all, or anything really that noticeable. I mean, the reason we're starting to see this slight dip to the upside is due to the fact that we entered oversold, and it's just ever so tiny that it's really not that big of a of a deal. You notice we did see that bearish cross, and usually every time we do see a bearish cross, it is a signal for us to head much lower. You can see right here we did see that same bearish cross, boom, right there, and that did immediately signal a retracement to the downside. And then when we do see that cross above it, we usually tend to head back to the upside. But for right now, we do have a bearish cross, which does signal and indicate that we are going to be retracing lower. But taking our focus away from XRP is really what I want to spend most of the time on in today's video, which is addressing Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. We do know that there is still a massive correction that did happen within XRP. We still did manage to fall about 20%. We only corrected back up, so merely about an 11% drop, and I do think we're honestly heading lower. The only reason we took a little halt right now was due to the fact that on the daily we are nearing oversold. We're trying to correct back up outside of that, and then we'll most definitely head back down lower. Now, to pull your focus to Bitcoin, because I feel like that's what most people are talking about. Yes, we did correct, and I was honestly anticipating us to head a little bit lower and then stay there. I wasn't anticipating a correction to the upside. But then I spent this morning kind of figuring out what exactly was going on with the market, and I actually think I found what exactly is happening. So yes, we do have that bearish cross. That's one huge thing. We do have a massive thing to consider, as well as the fact that we did actually manage to close below what appears to be our 2019 uptrend, which we have not been able to break at all and at any point until today, where we actually managed to close below that. You can see we did have a day back on November 25th where we did trade below it, but then we immediately corrected back up and then closed the candle above it, indicating that that was a strong support. So to see it broken right now is huge. There's a couple of things to consider. Number one, it's going to be a massive resistance, so I don't think we're going to be heading back up and retesting 7140 or higher. I don't think that's in the ballpark for today. The other thing is we did break below these one yellow band right now, and now we're inside of what appears to be a channel. That does play quite a key role in the way Bitcoin performs. You can see that Bitcoin for right now is kind of teeter-tottering on this support. We can move this up ever so slightly, and you can see we're still up below it. So not only did we break support, we also broke this support at 68.80, and now they're both acting as extreme resistances. So you can see the reason for the consolidation was due to the fact that we bounced off of being oversold, immediately corrected back to the upside, and now we're kind of hanging out at around 30, I would say around 38 on the RSI, and that does play quite a big role. So now when I slide us out to where these yellow lines intercept, you can see exactly what I'm referring to. This is huge, guys. This is the next stage for the cryptocurrency. You can see where this this yellow line up here acts as a support and a resistance. You can see for the most part, this has been a channel where the coin has had much difficulty breaking above. Inevitably, we do trend in between here. This is about a total of an 11% drop. So we kind of teeter-totter about 10%, give or take, in between here, where we do have a resistance now at 68.80, 68.40, and we have a support right at around 61.40. So we trend in between here now. And the fact that we did manage to break below this and trend inside here does give me reason to believe we are probably going to head lower. Now, besides the fact that we did break bearish on the MACD, we are also trading at, like I said, 37 on the RSI. When you look back at where exactly this is, you'll notice the point of breakout that we had was around right here, which is about 39 on the RSI. So the fact that we're trading at 38 right now and we're at 39 gives me reason to believe that this is still a massive possibility, this dump right here. This is still in between the channel. We still broke bearish and we did fall quite a bit. Now, we didn't see any massive movements like we did back in 2018, but this is definitely certain that we're going to see that consolidation downwards. And honestly, there really isn't much volume in the market to keep the price afloat right now. I know a lot of you guys have been saying that. There's really not that much volume to really keep the price as high as we'd like it to be. So that gives us even more reason of us to continue to fall lower. We did break some major supports in the market, and there's a very high chance we're going to continue to correct to the downside. Now, in yesterday's video, I discussed Litecoin, and I found that Litecoin was showing signs of a reversal as it did hit a bottom. And I considered that this may have something to do with Bitcoin potentially correcting to the upside. And I like to use all these coins to pretty much figure out where the market's going. you'll notice on Litecoin, we do have support at the bottom here, resistance. You can see very clearly that we retested the resistance up top here, immediately fell all the way back down to pretty much retest support, just like this, and then we consolidated back up. We also entered oversold, but you can see there is a bearish cross right there. So now that we've came back up, there is still a very high chance we're going to continue to fall downwards. I really do not think there's any volume left for us to see a major break to the upside. Could be wrong, but I'm honestly continuing to short the coin because I do think that's honestly where this is going to be moving to. You can see on Ethereum, there's really no reason for us to be hanging around here. Definitely more reason to hang or to fall lower, besides the fact that we're oversold on the RSI. Litecoin was the only one that hit a support, which was reason to see that movement to the upside. But all the other cryptocurrencies, XRP, Bitcoin, they all look like they need to fall lower. So I do think within the next day or two, we're going to see some lower movements. There's most likely going to be some consolidation down to the downside. You'll notice back previously, because we've been referencing this, we did see the consolidation. Wow, this is like impeccable. This many days of consolidation, pretty much flatlined at the same exact price for so long, and then we eventually broke bearish. Wow, I did not mean a whistle, but we eventually broke bearish, and that took quite a long time. And you can see it's not just a day thing. Obviously this is anticipated, but you know, it very well could happen in the near future right now in the next couple of days. That's why I'd rather be in it to win it. I'm comfortable with losing money because this is only a hobby that you guys have to consider. And then obviously, if you guys are considering shorting, check out DueDEX. It's the second link in the description, as well as my Patreon being the third link. This gives you updates all the time to potential moves, as well as updates towards when I'm buying, shorting, selling, and all my different positions, as well as being able to talk to me in person or 1v1 instead of commenting on YouTube. You do get that, you know, that advantage versus just waiting for YouTube videos. But otherwise, you know, check out DueDEX. We do have a position and we're still up. You know, we're still up 6%. We bought at 6,874. We're currently at 6,832. So I do think we are going to consolidate lower. I think this is just the start. You can see the clear downtrend on the market. And I can probably draw this on right here, that we really are not breaking. We really are not breaking this. You can see very clearly that this downtrend is here to stay on DueDEX. We're not breaking this downtrend, and I think we can continue to follow this to the downside. You can see very easily what it is that I'm referring to right now. You can see this is a beautiful resistance right here. There's really no bottom on Bitcoin. This is the daily. There's really no bottom that I can see right now, but there's a very high chance we're going to continue to break lower and lower and ultimately get back to that 40% gain that we had. And I think we're hitting that cap and going to pull back down lower right now. I'd be very surprised if we see that bullish break to the upside. But ultimately, that pretty much is going to sum up the episode. Like I said, take advantage of shorting. I highly recommend you do so. I've been doing it. It's been quite profitable. You know, yesterday we were up 40%, but I do think we will head right back to 40, 50, 100% gains fairly soon. It's just a matter of time. Otherwise, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.